Hey everybody, this is Eric Asp with Illustrated Properties. Well, of course, summer is upon us now, which in typical fashion means the slow season for the Southeast Florida real estate market. The snowbirds have headed up north, and a lot of families with children might be vacationing, so we tend to see a slowing in transactions at this time. Now, that doesn't mean that everything's come to a complete halt, but it does get a lot of people asking a lot of questions. For instance, lately I've been getting a lot of emails, some phone calls, text messages. Where is the market in Southeast Florida right now, in Palm Beach County? And where do you predict it might move in the near future? Well, now, of course, it's impossible to predict exactly what's going to happen in the future, but there are a lot of very interesting market mechanics in the current market that I don't believe we've seen in my lifetime, and maybe not ever. A lot of very interesting material to go over. It's not the simple question of, well, it's a seller's market, it's a buyer's market, and properties are sitting. There's a lot to discuss. So let's dive right into it, and hopefully you can get a better understanding of where things could potentially move in the future. And let's get started with a chart for Palm Beach County's sales numbers year to year through May 2024.
Okay, so here is our chart of single-family homes, Palm Beach County, May 2023 to May 2024. As far as closed sales go, we haven't seen much of a change, down 1.4% from May of 2023. That is significantly down from the peak in January of 2021, 30% reduction in sales as opposed to the peak then. You look at median time to sale, we're looking at 84 days to get from the listed property to the closing table right now on average, which is up 12%. So homes are selling a little bit slower, and pending inventory is also coming down. 1,979 units available in Palm Beach County, and that's down 8.7% from this time last year. The interesting thing to note is with the activity slowing down, inventory still decreasing a little bit, we are seeing an average sale price on the rise. $1.267 million now. The average sale price for a single family home in Palm Beach County. And that is up 8.8% from May of 2023. Okay, so you may ask, what are some of the key contributing factors to the current market in Southeast Florida right now? Well, first, let's take a look at affordability, which has changed drastically since 2020. In Palm Beach Gardens, for instance, in January of 2020, the average single-family home had just ticked over $500,000. Say you put 20% down on that home, you could have gotten maybe a 3% interest rate at that time. Your monthly payment, principal and interest, would have been $1,686 a month. Now we take that same home now in May of 2024 with appreciation reaching a level where the average single-family home in Palm Beach Gardens just exceeded $1 million. Now we put 20% down on that home. We've got an $800,000 note at 7%, $5,322 for that exact same home 4.5 years later. That is $3,636 more expensive for the exact same home in Palm Beach Gardens. Now this is going to make single-family homes much more difficult to purchase for your first-time home buyers. So now you say, well, okay, prices have appreciated to this level. Demand has come down because the first-time homebuyers can't come in. Why aren't we seeing prices come down? Well, the answer to that is a lack of inventory. And the reason we have a lack of inventory is twofold. First, let's go back to mortgage rates again. If you didn't buy in 2020, 2021, you very likely may have refinanced your mortgage. And perhaps you got a rate of under 3%. 3% and under for your mortgage rate is 22.2% of all mortgage holders. In that 3 to 4% range is another 35.9% of all mortgage holders. And if we go to 4 to 5%, 18.9%. Which means 77% of everybody holding a mortgage note in the United States has a mortgage rate under 5% right now. So if we're teetering around 6 3/4 roughly at the current time, you're probably not going to go out and sell your home, get a new one, unless you really have to, because it's going to be significantly more expensive. Now, of course, the most significant component to the lack of inventory throughout the United States is simply a lack of new construction. Now, this goes back all the way to 2008. We had our subprime mortgage crisis, and those builders that were lucky enough to stay in business were certainly not building a lot of homes because the market had just crashed, right? So let's take a look at this graph here, which shows a reduction of new constructions, incredibly significant. Now, of course, during this time, population wasn't going down, so builders were simply not keeping up with the demand for homes. As the market improved, prices increased, that demand is not being met. And according to some data, we're potentially still 5, maybe 10 years away from builders catching up to the inventory needed to level out this market. So perhaps you're in that contingent of the public that's been sitting on the sidelines of the real estate market, waiting for affordability to come down to something that's a little bit more comfortable for you and your family. And you ask, well, Eric, when's the right time to get in? How can I time this up so that when rates come down, I can get it at the exact bottom? The simple answer is you can't. If you're considering making a purchase and you're in the belief that mortgage rates are going to go down in the near future, the answer is always better make the purchase and refi later down the road. Because if we see excessive appreciation with the next, hopefully the next, reduction in mortgage rates, it's going to cost you a lot more money to be 3, 6, 9 months late to that party than it is to refinance your loan down the road. If there's anything else you'd like to talk about, please give me a ring. I'm always here to help. Make it a great day.